So in this video today, I want to show you step by step how to format your travel guide with Bleed inside Microsoft Word document. Yes, now in this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know, all the tips and tricks that you need to do in order for you to make something like this, like what is showing on the screen. Yes, so by the time you finish watching this video, you should be able to make a document like this and publish it on Amazon without facing any problem. So without further ado, let's begin. So as you can see, this is a sample document that I made so that I can use it for this tutorial. Now I've found out that the best way for you to write a travel guide, to learn how to write a travel guide, is to write one about your country. Now, why do I say this? Now, if you write a travel guide about your own country, it's because you know that country well. You're going to find out what is true and what is not true, and then you're going to come up with a structure for your next travel guides. Yes. So because now you're going to think and want to be as helpful as possible to the person who is coming to your country. Now you're going to end up, by the end of the day, you're going to come up with a structure which can use for other countries as well based on your own country. Just write a travel guide to your country as a practice document, and then you'll be able to make a good travel guide in the long run. Now, as you can see, this is a sample document I wrote for a travel guide to Uganda. So you can see that I have the first page, which is here, and then I have the copyrights page, which is also here on the right side. As you can see, this copyrights page is bleed. Bleed means that the image on this page has gone past the margin. That makes the whole document bleed, and I'll show you everything about bleed later in this video. So you can see, as we go further, you can see that I have a table of content. You can see that this type of table of content is a 3-layer table of content where you use 3 columns to create the table of content. Now there are other 2 ways to create table of content, of a 2-layer way, and there's a 1-layer way. I'm going to show you all that in this particular video. As you can see, now I added some image here because there was some space left here, and I'll be showing how you can add that image as well. Now as you can see, the lower part here, you can see that I've added something in the footer section, and I'll be showing how you can add that as well in the footer section. The introduction, you can see what has happened, and you can see that I've used drop cap in this part, and I'll show you that as well. Now on this particular part, you can see that I've left space for a map. Now the kind of map we're going to do in this travel guide is going to be different from the rest of the maps that you usually do. What most people usually do is that you just take a screenshot from Google Maps and put here, and then you put maybe a barcode here. Yes, and you put a barcode here. Now that is the correct way to put a map, but most of those maps are actually not useful to the person who buys the book. Now what I'm going, there's a way, Google Maps, you can use Google Maps to customize Google Maps to make your own map. Yes, you can add things to Google Map and make your own map out of Google Map. That's what I'm going to show you in the next video after this one. Yes, so as we continue, you're going to see that there's a way these images are placed. You can see that this next page also, images are placed well. You can see everything looks in place, and you can see that this image here is also bleed, even though it just goes outside the margin on one side only, so it is still bleed. It makes the whole book bleed. Now as you continue, you're going to see that there's some spaces here like this. Oh, let me get a better one, like this, for example. This space, you can actually fill this space with an image. It looks small, but when you put an image here and push it backwards, it will come out like this. It will come out like this, and then it will look good. Yes, it will look good just like the way this part is looking. Okay, so this makes it unbalanced. Now you can go, as you continue down, you're going to see that this travel guide is looking this way, and by the end of this video you should be able to make this particular type of travel guide. Yes, so originally I was going to make this video for my course students only. Then I realized that I've not made anything good for you people in a long time, so I decided to make it for all of you. Now if you like this kind of video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the like button, then share this video to other people, friends and families. Let your friends and families also benefit from this video. Yes, so as you can see, this is the original document before any formatting was applied to it. Yes, this is the original document before any formatting was applied to it. So this is the content I got from ChatGPT, and we're going to use it to format the book and show you how best you can turn this into what I just showed you in the introduction. So to begin, let's start straight away. Now the first thing you have to understand is that the first thing we're going to do in this part of the video is to make sure you set up the paper size that Amazon can accept. Now, how do you set the paper size that Amazon can accept? Now, remember I told you we are going to be using one specific paper size for bleed. One specific paper size because I don't want to confuse you. Now, if you don't follow what I've done in this video, you're going to face problems. And so if you click what I click and do what I do, you're not going to face any problem with Amazon, and your book is going to be fine. So now let's start by coming to layout. If you see this layout, click on this thing which says layout up here. Now, as you can see, the Microsoft Word document version I'm using is Office 365, and in Office 365, some things are there which are not there in older versions of Microsoft Office, and I sell this Office 365 access as a group buy. I have a group where we buy Office 365 license and we share the license specifically. So if you want that, I will leave the link in the description of this video. Click on it and you'll reach out to me and I can get it to you. So let's continue. So you come here to layout, click on layout, and then from here you come to size. As you can see, size here, click on it. Then after clicking on size, you come here down here to more paper size. So click on this. Now, as you can see, originally my document is set to be like this. It's set for bleed. My document is originally set for bleed. Yes, but if your document is not set for bleed, then you can remove this. We're going to remove this, and then here you're going to type, what I type. I'm going to type 8.625. As you can see, that is the width should be 8.625, and then the length should be 11.25, and that is for bleed. That's the size for bleed. Yes, so you mark these. If your book is going to be bleed, that means if the image is going to go past the margin, then this is the measurement you should be using for 8.5 by 11 page paper size. So then you go ahead and come here to whole document. You click here and make sure your book is on whole document as seen here. Then you click OK. Now if you click OK, now your book will be set like this. So after that, the next thing you're going to do is come here to margins. You see where there's margin, you click on it and then you choose this one. It says narrow. Yes. Now when you're choosing narrow, you should make sure that your book is not that long. Yes. If your book, the size of your book is around it's more than 500. If it's more than 500, then you choose this. You choose this one, and we shall talk about that later. But now you just choose this. Choose this narrow. You click on it, and then you will see the margin will be like this. It will be this size of the margin. Yeah. So after that, those are the first two things you do. Yes, those are the first two things you do. Now from here, the next thing you're going to do is going to create styles, create heading styles. Yes, create heading styles. Of course, there's an easier way to do that. There's a harder way and there's an easier way. So the easier way is going to be for my students in the group. I'm going to show you how to do all these things at once. But then from here, I'm going to show you the step by step on how to do it from scratch for everyone who is here. So now, how do you do it? You go ahead and click on home. When you come to home, you're going to see these things, these styles. Under styles here, on styles here, you go ahead and say header 1. So for example, introduction to Uganda. So I don't want introduction to Uganda, I want it to just be introduction. So I'll delete that, and then what I'll do is highlight it and apply header 1. So click on this header 1. You see where there's header 1, you click on it and make sure it has applied. After it has applied, you go ahead and click here, or you can do this. You go ahead and click here, you highlight this, you click, you change the size, which is here. Come here where they say increase font size. You increase the font size to the size you want, at least maybe 28 or 26. Yes, that's what I usually do. And then the second thing you do is click here and do uppercase. Click here, uppercase. You can see that. So I have uppercase and it's this. So as you can see from the original document, let's see the original document. From the original document, look at it. You can see that from this original document, we have introduction and highlighted blue under here. So we are going to highlight that also blue. So you come here and then you click here. You see there where there's a shading. Yes, you can see that it's called shading. So you click on it, click here, and then you select the blue color, which is this one. So you can see it has highlighted under. So you click here. You can see what it has done. It has highlighted under here. So after making these changes, after making all the changes, you highlight all of this. You click on this heading 1, click on it, right click on it, and then you see this says update heading 1 to match selection. So this is the selection, and I want to update this heading 1 to match this selection. So I click that. You can see that now I have this. Now if I want to apply this heading 1 to the next page, to the next chapter. Now this heading 1 and heading 1 is chapters only. So introduction, that's 1. Then 2, we come here to Kampala. Here, Kampala. Click on it and click on this. Put it on the next page. Insert page break. So if you want to find page break, you click insert, and then you look for page break, which is here, and you click. But you make sure the cursor is in front of what you want to move to the next page. So you can see that it has moved here. Now from here, I'm going to click on it and apply that, so that you can see that heading 1. Apply heading 1 to this. So click here, apply heading 1. You can see that now it has heading 1. But as you can see, it's showing that the heading 1 is in small letters, yet I want it to be in capital letters. So to change that, you're going to go to heading 1 here, click here, then click on modify. Click on modify. After that, you're going to go down to this part which says format down here. Click on it, and then you click on font here. Click on this, and then where it says small caps, all caps, and hidden, so you click on all caps here. Then you click on OK. Now anything you apply heading 1 to will be in capital. As you can see, this has turned to a capital. So you go to the next page and look for the next heading, which is ginger. Yes, this ginger is the next heading. So click on this and click on insert, then page break to the next page. You can see that. Then you put the cursor in front here, click on home, and you click on that. Now you're going to do this for all the big headings. You're going to do this for all the big headings, as you have seen what I've done. So now the next thing to do is to highlight the subheadings. Yes, so highlight the subheadings. For example, this one. So let's look at the original document. You can see the original document. Inside the original document, we have blue color. We have this. You can see this. We have this blue color, and then we change the font. So that's what we're going to do in this next part. So you click here, you go ahead and you highlight this. Actually remove this. As you can see, I'll remove this, and then best time to visit, I'll click here, come to this font, come to here and change the font to Gloucester empty extra condensed. Click this. If you don't see this font in your Word document, use any other font or download the font from the internet. I've showed how to install font in one of these videos on this channel, so you can check. So then after that, from here you go ahead and remove this bolding. You remove it, and then you double click on this to increase it a little, maybe to 20. Leave it at 20, and then you go ahead and get a color for it. So you put a color underneath it like that. So blue, put that blue. You can see this is what I want for this. So after that, you highlight it, come to heading 2, click here and update heading 2. You can see that heading 2 has been updated. Now you go ahead and apply it on other things. For example, this, you apply heading 2. You can see that. You go ahead and apply it here. You can see that. Yes, it has applied to this. Yes. Now the next thing I want to highlight is these ones. Yes, this. So I highlight this. This one I'm going to leave it like this, the same way it is, and then I go ahead and look for a color which I can put under it. So maybe that. So blue, because I'm using blue, so I want everything to be blue, a bit blue. So I'm going to use this, maybe this. You can see that. So after this, I'm going to highlight this, and then from here you can see that from here you want to use it. You want it also to be a style which is going to save for yourself. So all I have to do is highlight it, come here where the styles, click on this small arrow, you see this arrow, click on it, and it will open for you this. Now from here you go ahead and click on this new style, click on that, and then you call it paint. As you can see, I've called it paint. Then I'll click OK. So it has been saved. You can see that it's now here. So now if I want to paint the next thing, I'll just tap inside here and paint. Yes, you can see that. Now tap inside here and paint. Tap inside here and paint. Of course, there's a way to do this all at once. There's a way to do it all at once, which I'll show my students in my course. Yes, if you want to join the course, you check the link in the description and hit on it, and then you'll reach on the course website and you can see how to purchase the course. Now, as for here, you're going to do this manually the way I'm showing you, because all I'm going to show in my course, what I do is show you the shortcut. What I'm going to do is going to show you the shortcut. So that's what makes the difference between the course and this. But you can still do this. If you feel like you can do this, you can do this. But if someone who wants to write faster, if you want to do formatting faster, if you want to format maybe 3 books in a day, then you should join my course, because I'm going to be showing you tips and tricks on how to do it faster than the next person, than any other person on this planet. So let's continue. Now from here, as you can see, these are the things. So you continue doing this. So you look for where all the headings are and you apply. You look for where all the headings are and you apply heading 1. You look for where heading 2s are, you apply heading 2. Then you look for where these small things are, you apply these third headings to them. Now you can do that at your free time. Now me, I'm going to pause this video and first do all that, then I come back and show you what to do next. So you're going to do that step by step. You go through your content and apply this. So for example, this, you apply this, you go here, apply heading 2 here, then you go here, apply the painting. Where is the painting? Click here, apply the painting. Then you continue here, you apply the painting here, click, apply the painting, continue here, apply the painting, and continue here, apply the heading 2, go here, heading 2. You can see that. So you continue doing that until you reach the end. Now I'm going to skip pause this, and then I come back to continue and show you what to do next. So after when I've finished doing all this. So as you can see now, the whole content has been painted. Yes, now everything in this document has been painted to fit what we want. Yes, so it has been painted to fit what we want. Now the next step is to create now columns inside this document. Now there is a way to create the columns at once. So the first thing you're going to do is just put a cursor anywhere in this document and then click Ctrl A, like I'm going to do Ctrl and A to highlight the whole content. You can see that what I've done. I've clicked Ctrl A and it has highlighted the whole document. Now next thing you're going to go here to layout, where they say layout. You see where they say layout, click on it. Then look for columns, you see here, click on it. Then look for more columns, which is here, click on it. Yes. After that, you go to this thing which says 3, click on it. And then you go to spacing, which is here. You click to reduce it to 2. So click, click, click. For example, now it's at 2. Now after that, you're going to go ahead and click on this thing which says OK. Make sure equal column with it is ticked. And you click on OK. Now you can see what has happened. It has applied it to the whole document. Yes, it has applied that to the whole document. Now I like using this because it divides, it makes if your content is listed mostly, it makes it look like you have a lot of content and it's compact. Yes, that's why I like using this. Now the next thing you're going to do is to make sure that the headings, for example, the headings, this kind of headings, the chapter headings are long. Yes, are long and not in the same, are not like this. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So all you have to do is come here, highlight like this, click on columns here, click on this, and then click on 1. Yes, make sure this is highlighted, and then click on columns and click on 1. You can see that what it has done here. Yes, so it has split them. Now you can click here and delete. Click on delete button. No, undo. Okay, click on backspace. You leave that. I don't want this, so I'll first undo everything, undo that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to first reduce the space between this. Yes, you can see that this thing is not looking equal. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you see this is not looking like it's on the same size with this. So I want it to be on the same line with this. Like for example, if I draw a line from here to here, this should be touching this line up. This thing should be touching the line up. So now let me show you what to do. Now if you reach a point where things are like that, all you have to do is go here to here, click on it, right click on this, undo, right click on this, then click on modify. After clicking modify, you come here to this thing, is called spacing. So you click on it until this is at 0. This is at level 1. This is at level 1. So you continue clicking until it's at level 1, and you click on OK. You can see that. See, this has moved. Now if you look, if you draw a line up there, they should be on the same line. If you draw a line here, this should be on the same line. You can see that. Yes. So now you can do this for all the other things which are not in the same line. So after doing that, all I have to do is come here. All I have to do is come here, click here, and click enter once. Yes. Then highlight here, come to layout, click on columns and click 1, like that. Now you can see what has happened. Now I have a clean thing. Now put a cursor here and click delete. Yes. Now delete will move it back up like that. Now you can see what I want. That's exactly what I want it to do. Now you can do this for the rest of the content. Now to make things easier, you have to open this panel. Yes, you have to open this panel. This is called navigation pane. So all you have to do is come to view, click on view, and then you click on this navigation pane. You tick this. You can see that it has disappeared. If you tick back, it reappears. Now while I'm here, let me also show you how to make your pages appear too, like this. All you have to do is click on here, come here. There's one page. If I click one page, you can see what has happened. Now one page, If I click multiple pages, you can see that it has come to multiple pages. Yes, so that is how you do it for this. So you make sure you click that. Now after that you can click, let me zoom it a little, like that. So I have this, let it be in that part. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to make sure that I find this. Yes, I find every other header. So I have heading 1 introduction, then the heading 2 should be Kampala. If I click here, you can see that I can move to the next part. If I click again, I want to reach here, so I'll click here, Kampala. You can see that now here. I put the cursor here, come to home, come to layout again, click on column and click on 1. Now I'm going to do this for the rest of the content, for the rest of the headings, just like that. So you scroll through, find the next heading, which is this one, ginger. Click on this, highlight this, go to column and put 1. You can see that now it's like that. Go to the next part, which is click on this, not that, click on Buindi, and not Buindi, yeah, it's Buindi. So you click on Buindi, so you can see that it's on this part. So you put a cursor in front of it like this, where the cursor is already in front of it. So you click on insert and page break like that. Then you come here, highlight this, come to home, come to layout, click on this column. So you do this for the rest of the content until you have all headings, all the major headings separate, like the way it is looking now. So click on this, go ahead, push this to the next page. Yes, push it to the next page, and click, highlight this, make it 1 column. Next, go to here, click on this, next page, highlight. You do this for all your headings, your major headings, and then you'll be okay. Yes, so you continue doing that until you reach the last heading and your content will be clean. Yeah, so let me do it. Now as you can see, this is the last page and I have done that for almost all of them, but as you can see, this part here is not looking nice because it's on the left side, on my left side. You can see that this is on the left, but I want it to be in the center so that it can look more balanced. So to make it go to the center, all I have to do is highlight this, come to home, click on this to center it, and then when it is still highlighted, you come here and update this, update heading 1 to match selection. So now every other heading should be in the center like this. See this in the center. So that's one of the tricks that I always use. It's one of the tricks that I was going to show my paid student, but now I've showed it to you. You can also use it for yourself. So you can reduce this. You can see that this is too big. Yes, you can see this is not looking nice. So if I want it to look nice, I just reduce the size a little. So I'll just highlight all of it and reduce the size a little like that. You can see that it's now matching the whole heading. So you continue to the next part. This one is okay. Continue next part. This one is also okay. Continue next part. This is okay. You continue next part. This is fine. This is fine. We go. This is fine. So up to the beginning. Yes. So now you can see we have these things like this. The next thing you can see this is not good. There's too much space on this. For example, if you compare this to this and this, you see that this is looking much better than this, because this is there's blue, there's too much blue shading on this. So you highlight this and reduce it like this. Click on here, click on line spacing. Yes, now you can see this is on auto. Spacing, you see this spacing, under spacing, this is on auto, so you reduce it to 0, make it 0, and then make this also 0 like that. You click on OK. After that, it will apply to this only. Now you go ahead and update. Click here, while this is still highlighted, you update this. I click update. You can see what has happened. The rest has moved, so everything inside this book must have moved to this. Now you can do this for this one also. You can see this, I want this to be up on this, to be immediately after this. So I'll highlight it and click here, click line spacing, then click make this 0, click and make this 0, click OK. You can see what has happened. It has moved this. Then I'm going to update. So I click here and update this paint. Update. Now you see what has happened. Everything has now moved closer. So you can see now that makes the document to look a bit cleaner than usual. Yes. So now the next part we're going to do is to add images. Start adding images. Now that's what's going to make the content look much better, is adding the images. But before we add the images, I want to first move this to the next page, and then I create the table of content. I want to create the table of content first, because when you put images inside the document, they push certain content. Yes, So now I want the table of content to first be there, and then I'll update it after, so that I can see how much space the table of content is going to occupy. So now next you come here, you put a cursor in front here and push, click on insert and page break to move it to the next page, then page break again to move it to the next page, then page break again to move it to the next page. Why am I creating 3 spaces? This is for the title page, this is for the copyrights page, and this is for the table of content. Now the table of content, let me put the table of content first before we go any further. So to put the table of content, all you have to do is come here, put your cursor here. In fact, make it move. So if the cursor is here, make it move to this side. Click here, it will move to this side. Now since it is on this side, go ahead, go to reference here, click on reference. From reference, you go ahead and click on table of content, click on this, and then you choose this number 2 automatic table of content. You choose this number 2, click on it, and you wait. You see what it has done. So it has created this table of content. You can see this is the table of content. Yes, so it starts from here. It has covered 4 pages, 1 2 3 4. Now it has covered 4, but yours may be long, may be very long. That's where now compressing comes in. Yes, so it might be very long because we want to show that we have a lot of content inside the book. So the table content will be very long. So since it's like that, then what we're going to do is go ahead and highlight everything here. So we want to reduce the compress it, so we highlight everything here, highlight everything here, highlight, continue highlighting until you reach up here. Yes, until you reach up here, and then you click on layout, which is here, and then you click on columns, and then you click on more columns. Now this is it. So if you want to leave it like this, if your content is a bit few, you leave the table of content the way it is right now. Yes, just apply some bolding and colors, and then you leave it the way it is. But then if your content is a lot and you want to compress the table of content, there are 2 more ways you can do it. So the first one is using this second column using 2 columns. Then the third way is using 3 columns. So let's start with using 2 columns. So if you want to use 2 columns, all I have to do is highlight, make sure everything is highlighted, click on 2, and then reduce this to 2, and then click on OK. Yes, you can see that. Now you see that the table of content has been compressed and is now occupying only 2 pages. Yes, it's now occupying only 2 pages, just like that. That is how you do it for when you want it to occupy 2 pages. So now if you want it to occupy to use 3 columns, you do that. You make sure it is still highlighted, click on columns, come again to more columns, click on 3, and then reduce this to 2. So reduce this to 2 and click on OK. You can see that this is the 3-column table of content that we had earlier, that I showed you earlier in the beginning. So now what you're going to do is to customize this table of content. Now I'm going to do the customization on this part only, on this one only, but you can do the same kind of customization to table when you have used 2 columns and when you have used 1 column. Same style, same everything. So what you do is come here and highlight this, come to home, and then click this. First of all, change the font. You're going to change it to this. Yes, then change it to uppercase, change the font again to uppercase, like that, and then increase the size like that. Yes, now first reduce this, make sure it occupies 1 space. When it is still highlighted, you go ahead and go to layout, click on columns and click on 1. You can see that now it's going to occupy 1 column. Then you go to home and put it in the center like that, and then you underline it like that. You highlight it, click on this color to paint under it, then you can change it to black like that when it's still highlighted. Then you increase the size a little to like 20 or 30 something, like 36 or 36. Actually it's okay, I like 36, like that, 36. So that is the size I want for this table of content. Yes, so now you can see what we have here. We have the table of content, but then this is looking not nice. So how do I push this content, these other parts? For example, this, you see this, I don't like this. I want all of them to be on the same line. Yes, I want all of them to be on the same line. So all I have to do is highlight 1, just put a cursor in front of 1 here. Yes, Then you go to your ruler. Now, how do you activate the ruler? Most people, by default, you don't have this ruler activated inside your Microsoft Word. What am I calling the ruler? The ruler is this thing. It's very important when you're formatting. This thing is very important. This is the ruler. So how do you activate the ruler? To activate the ruler, all you have to do is come to view, click on view, and then ruler. Make sure this is ticked. If I click that, you can see the ruler disappears. If I click this, ruler reappears. Now, if you put your cursor in front here, you're going to see that where you put your cursor, you're going to see this thing here, this thing here. Yes. Now this thing is very important. Let me highlight it. So this is very important. This thing here, there are three ruler guides in this thing. There are three of them. So how do I know that there are three? So if I move it from down here, but now I'm going to show that I'm not going to start teaching you about the ruler now, but what I want you to know is that you can use this. So there are three parts. There's this first part which is up here where the cursor is, where you're seeing the cursor. That's the first part of the ruler point. Then there's this one here, which is in the middle, and then there's this last one. Yes. So now what we are going to use is pull this last one, this last part, this one where I am. You don't pull this middle one, you don't pull this first one, you pull this last one. Yes. So you put the cursor in front of this, cursor in front of this here. Make sure the cursor is here, and then you hold here, hold on this last one and pull it until it reaches here and leave it like that. Then the rest of the things will adjust. You can see that. That's what has happened. Things have adjusted. But then this is the second thing has adjusted. Then you put the ruler now in front of this, the second one. Yes. You see now the ruler is still here. Put the cursor in front of this, and then you pull again this last part. So you only deal with this last part. You pull it again to the beginning and wait for the rest of the content to adjust like that. You can see that it has adjusted a little. That means it has not reached, so you pull it again until it reaches the beginning part. Wait for it. Continue pulling until it reaches the beginning part. Continue pulling, let it adjust. You continue pulling. This is not moving anymore. So put the cursor in front there and move it. Let it move until it reaches the beginning part. It reaches where you want it to be. Yes, we pull that. So somehow, somewhere, you can see that we are now reaching the part. So this is not yet pulling, not pulling anymore. So put here the cursor here and try to pull it like this, like that. You can see that it has moved, over moved. So I'll click undo and put the cursor here to undo again, and then move it like this. So now click here, put it here. Now you see this thing is no longer moving. When you pull the last part, it's no longer moving. Now you go ahead and pull the first part, the upper part here, this one. You pull it a little, pull it and make sure it doesn't pass this. Make sure it doesn't pass this area. So you leave it, release it. Now you put the cursor in front of this when you're pulling. Before you pull, you make sure the cursor is always in front. Now this thing is not as difficult as it is on this, as difficult as it is on this. But then you can decide to leave it the way it was the other time, or you do this and continue pulling. It will be easier for you when you pull it. Now the next thing you do is highlight this and click home and make it bold. When you make one thing bold, the rest of them will become bold, as you can see. Then you click here and make it uppercase. Then the rest of them should also become uppercase. But I'm seeing this is not becoming uppercase, so I'll change it manually. So you have to change all this manually to uppercase if you want to. Yes, change all this to uppercase. So now that is it. So you can see our table of content is now looking somehow good. So you highlight this also, highlight this and paint it and bold it like that. So you can see this is the table of content that we have. So it's still okay. Now we are going to go to the part where we're going to insert images. Yes. Now the way I always insert images, I insert templates. What do I mean by templates? I insert one image throughout the document and then I replace them later with the actual images. Yes. So when I'm designing the book, I first insert template images, then later I replace all the template images with actual images that are supposed to be where there. Yes. So now that is the part we're going to learn next. Now before we start putting the images inside this book, I want to show you two things that you can do first. The first thing you're going to do is to activate this. So you come to home tab, you be in the home tab and click on this thing. You see this thing? You click on it. Now Click on this thing will show you. This thing is very important when you're writing a book. It shows you the back end of your book. For example, it shows me where all my page breaks are. You can see page breaks now appear. If I click on this, page break disappears. If I click on it again, you can see where my page break is. This is a page break, this is a page break. You look through the document, you're going to see there's a page break here. So page break has been applied, section break has been applied here. Page break is here, so you can see you're going to be able to see the page breaks. That's the first thing this thing can do. Now the second thing it can do is it can show you where your paragraph starts and ends. Now all these you're seeing, these are paragraphs. These are supposed to be paragraphs. So if I skip space there, it will show me that there's supposed to be a paragraph there. You can see this. For example, you can see inside this. So you see here where the paragraph ends. This is where the paragraph ends. It's where the paragraph ends. Where paragraph ends. So it shows where the paragraph ends, and it's also supposed to show where the paragraph starts. But in this case, it is showing where the paragraph ends. So this thing is very important when you're trying to insert your images. You know exactly where the image is going to sit, or you know what is going to do what in the area. So let me show you what I'm saying. So you go ahead and highlight this. You start by the first page. You click on that. You can first remove this. This thing which says subtitle, remove it. You can see I'll click on this, highlight, change the font to this. So this font is the one I like the most, Bernard MT condensed. Yes, it's the one I like the most. So you highlight it. After that, you're going to click on you make sure it's not italics, and you increase the size a little bit. Yes, so after increasing the size, now I move the word Uganda down because I want it to attract the attention. Then I highlight it. In fact, I highlight everything here and first make them all capital, uppercase, and then I'm going to highlight Uganda alone and increase it until it is big enough to cover the subject matter. So you can see that. So I want it to be like that. So you can see this travel guide to Uganda. So I increase this to something like that, some size like that. So then I change the color of this to any color I want. So you click here, make it any color you want. So you can make it blue, what? So I'll just make it blue like that. Yes. So travel guide to Uganda. Then after that, you're going to highlight this. Now remember, I told you there's a ruler. You can use the ruler to guide the what, where this starts and this ends. So if I highlight this, after highlighting this, I come to this ruler. See this ruler. So you hold down here, the lower part. There are three sections of this point. There's one section, two sections, the lower, middle section, the upper section, middle section, and there's a lower section. So always use the lower section. So you move it. This you can see that it's moving the content. That's because this content was already highlighted. So I want it to be in the same line with this. Then you hold. You see this part. This one here is only one. Has only one section. So there is the one indent. So you move it like this until it reaches here. So you can see that it's moving like that, and then you can increase the size of this. Increase like that. You can see what's happening. So it's at this point. Now you're going to go ahead and put maybe the author name down here. So you first click on here. Make sure it's in front of this page break. Don't start behind. Start in front of this page break. To click like that. Enter. Then you put author name like that. Put author name. Click on it and then change the font. And then change make it uppercase, remove italics, increase the size a little, like that. So this is, you have this. Now you can click on this to remove to see what your book is like. So the other one was seeing the back end. Now we are seeing a clean version of it. Now since this book is bleed, I remember I told you earlier how to insert image on this page. There's a full bleed image on this page. So all I have to do is click on insert. We are going to insert this image using a shape. So I click on insert. After that, click on shapes. Pick the rectangle, pick it and draw it here. After drawing it, then you can pull the corners to extend it this side. And you pull the lower corner to extend it to the extreme end here, like that. Now I have an image which is covering. I have a shape which is covering all of this. Then you click on it. Make sure you come to this shape format. Then come to shape fill. Click on this. Then come to pictures here. Click on pictures. Yes, then you choose. I'm going to pick a picture from the internet, but you can pick from your file and add. So I'm going to pick from let me say online pictures. Click here, and then I say let it load. After it has loaded, then I can say Uganda. So don't do this. For you get your own images from wherever you want. Even though these images are under Creative Commons licenses, some of them may not be safe. So you don't use this. But I'm going to use some of these. So let me use maybe this one. Click on it and click on insert and let it insert inside this shape. For example, you can see what he has done. He has inserted inside this shape. Now, this is the image I'm going to use as my template. Yes, remember earlier I told you that I put images as templates, then I apply them later within the document. So this is the image I want to use. Now, how do I make sure this every time I click on shape, this image is the one that appears? So all I have to do is click on it, right click, and come down here to this thing. It says set as default shape. You can set this image as default shape. Now, this feature may not be in other Microsoft Word document, in other Office products, but it is available in Office 365. As I told you earlier, I sell access to Office 365. If you want a genuine access to Office 365, contact me. I'll leave the link in the description. You'll get yourself a lifetime access to Office 365 at a low price. Yes, at a very good price. So you click here to set as default shape. Click on that. You can see now that thing has already been set as default shape. I'll show it to you later when we are applying another image on another page. Now there's a reason why I like doing that, is because I'll show you also later why I like doing that. It makes things easier later. It makes changing the image easier later. So now the next thing we're going to do is put we're going to be putting the copyrights on this page. So you click on insert again, come and pick a text box from here, click on it, click on draw text box, and then you draw something here, draw it. It will come with a white background like that. Yes, so it comes with a white background. Let's and put it just here. Then you can change the shape. You go ahead and click on this thing. You see this thing? While you're still under shape format, you click on this thing, click on it, and then click on change shape, and then you change it to this. Yes, see rectangle rounded corner. So click on that. You can see it has changed to rectangle with rounded corners. Then you click inside here. You leave it like that. Then you go ahead and get your content for which is supposed to be on that page. You get it like this. Copy this. Click on this, copy, then come back to the content. Like come here, click and paste. Just like that. You can see that now we have pasted it. Now I don't know why it has moved, so let's first move back. Then I paste it as number 3 like that. No, I paste as this. So use this to keep source formatting like that. Then try to extend this a little like that. Now you see this is what I have as my copyrights page. Yes, now you continue to the next page. This page is okay. Now if you want to add an image here, you go ahead and click on insert like this, click on shape, pick a shape from here. Yes, pick a shape, make sure your cursor is outside here. Shape, pick a shape, and then draw. You see that now instead of it being a shape itself, it's coming as an image. The image, and this image is the same image which is here, so I don't need to insert an image again. So I'll leave it here. I'll leave it this like this and pull this a bit up. Yes, like that. Then click on picture, crop, and fill. You can see that. Then click anywhere. You can see that. But then I don't like the borders, but if you want like the borders, you can leave these borders. You see that this image has borders, so you can leave these borders if you like it. If you don't like it, you can remove the borders. Click on this, double click on this, open the shape format, come to shape outline, click on this, and click on no outline, click on this. Yes, now since you have made changes to it, now you have to update the default shape. So click on this, right click, and then set as default shape. Click on that. So it has been set as the default shape. Now you continue with this. Now you're going to go ahead and put images in front of the introduction of every on every page where there is a chapter header 1, where there's header 1. Now the next thing we have to do is activate this again. Click on it. So you click on this to activate it. You can see that. Now you can see there's a section break here. This thing is called section break. Now you can put the cursor behind the section break, like in front of this section break, and you click enter. Let me do that. Let me show you. There's a problem with this. Click this. You see that it has created the section break. Yes. So now it has created a section break. From here, you continue clicking enter so that it can push the content down. You make sure this section break is active. Yes. So you put the cursor behind the section break and then you push this content downward. Yes. You do that so that you can have space up here to put an image. Yes. So now since you have space here to put an image, you click on insert, click on shapes, pick this rectangle shape and draw here. Draw like that and leave. Now you can see, as you can see, this image is not yet pressed. like it's not fixed on this part, yes, but I want it to be fixed so that it doesn't mess with me when I'm trying to what, to move my other content. And when I move content, this image can remain in the same place where it is, and but move together with the content. I don't know if you understand. So to do that, all I have to do is click on this and come here. You see this thing here, it says layout options. So click on this layout options, and then you see this thing says in line with text, so you click on it. Click on it like that. You can see that. See what it has done. It has put the image inside, and then it has moved the content downward. All you have to do is put the cursor here, and then pull this content backwards using the delete button. Click on delete. Click on the delete button on your keyboard to move this content backwards like that until it reaches here. You can even click delete again to move it like that, but I don't want that. So I want this thing. I want some space to be here, so I'll leave it like this. So now you don't go ahead and start inserting images the way you are doing before. Now from here onwards, everything changes. Now you have all you have to just click here, copy this image. When you copy this image, it copies it with all its properties, and then you come here. Now this navigation pane becomes very useful. So now you go to the next heading, next big heading, which is this one. Click on it. It will bring you here. Now from here, you put the cursor in front of this and click enter again. See that? Now if you do it like that, then you put your cursor here and paste this image. You see that? You just paste it, then you put the cursor here and click delete to bring this like up to here. Then you continue the navigation pane, go to the next chapter, which is this area. Now from here, you put the cursor again here, click on enter, then put the cursor here and paste the image. Now you do this for the rest of the chapters. Now you put the cursor here, click on delete. So you repeat the same thing for all the chapters. So come here, find the next chapter, which is Bwindi. Put the cursor here, enter, and put the cursor here and paste. You see that? And move this backwards, put here, delete, 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 like that. So do this for all the chapters, you know. So click here, put enter, enter, and put the cursor here, click and paste, like that. So you see this one has just entered fixed. Go ahead like this, put the cursor here, click enter, 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 put the cursor here and paste, like that. You see that? So that is what we are doing for this. So you continue scrolling down. So you come here, put the cursor in front of this, enter, enter, put the cursor here and paste, like that. Continue to the next page, like that. Put the cursor here, cursor in front of this, enter, enter, put the cursor here and paste, like that. So you see what we are doing. We are trying to make every beginning of every chapter to look nice with images. So just like that, do this, put this and paste, just like that. You can see now we have changed the look of the document by just pasting these images that way, the way we have just done. Yes, so we have just changed the look of the document with just those few steps. And then the next step is to fill these spaces, the one I was telling you earlier. So you fill these spaces. For example, this space you're going to fill it. Yes, you're going to fill this space. How do you fill this space? All you have to do is come here in front here, click enter, like that. And then after clicking enter, in fact you do it on this, come here to this, click enter, 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 like that. And then put the cursor back here. After putting the cursor here, you're going to go ahead and click on insert, pick a shape and insert an image here. Yes, you follow what I'm doing. So you put an image here. After putting the image, you go here to layout options, you lock this image using, put it in line, lock it like that. So locking it now, you're going to pull it down, extend it down like this, and then extend it to the sides like this. Yes, extend it to the sides like that. You can even extend it until it reaches all, or you leave it, you put it somewhere here, you leave it somewhere here, or you extend it all like that. Because this book is big, it will not matter. So now that is it. That is one thing to do. Now that is for images. That's how to add images at the extreme end. Yes, now this other part here, you can use it for other things, or you can leave it like this. It still looks nice if it is like this. Now the next thing you're going to do is to insert your page number. So you're going to go ahead and click on this, insert and page number, and then you go to the bottom, click on this which says bottom, and go down. This one which I like, this one is called bold numbers 1. So it says page 1 of 1. So you click on it. This one is exactly on the left. So you click on it, make sure it applies to all the pages. So now you have the page numbers. Then you make sure you tick on this different first page. Yes, so that the first page can be different. Yes, so the first page can be totally different. So now you click here to close the header and footer like that. Now you can see what's happened. So this is page 5 of 25, page this of that, page this of that, page of so you do that. Then the next thing you're going to do is to come again to the double click anywhere on the header or where the page number is. Double click anywhere where the page number is to open the header and footer. Yes, like that. After that, you're going to go ahead and click on insert, pick a text box, and then draw something very tiny. Don't draw a big thing, draw something very small. Click on this, pick draw. Okay, you can see that draw is now coming by itself. So you just pull it this side, you pull it like that, and then hold here and increase it. Or you can never leave it. You see, these are the kind of things which causes problems. So I'll just leave it for you here. I'll show it to other people because we have already done almost everything, and this video is too long and I'm already tired. So I'll stop this video here, and the rest of the things you'll find them in my course. And for those who are in the course, we are going to learn the rest of the things. And those who are not in the course, you can click the link in the description and check the course outline or what I'm teaching in the course, and then you make your choice whether you're purchasing or not. So with that said, I think what I've given you here is enough to take you to make sure that you make your book look good for Amazon KDP. So I'm going to stop here. In fact, before I stop, let me finish one more thing. Yes, one more thing before I stop. So let me first get out of this header and footer section. Now, if at all you want to change these, let me remove this again. Now, we are saying we have only used one type of image. You're seeing we have only used one type of image here in this book. Yes. Now, if I want to change these images, all of this now come here, click on this. Now, this is the image I want to change. And what image I want to put here, I don't know. So I'll go to Pexels or go to Pexels or pre-pick. Let me say Pexels. Let me say Pexels and click here to open Pexels. Now from here, I will just type here Uganda. And this is just an example what I'm doing. So I will just say Uganda and click enter. And then I want to see what comes out when I click Uganda. So now, for example, now if I want to use this image on that page, I'll just click on it like this. Yes. Click on it and then pick it. Pick this image. Copy the image. Come here. Come here. And click on this. Yes, make sure this is clicked. Then look for picture format, which is here. Click on picture format. Then come here to this thing which says change picture. Click on it. You're going to see the very main option. This device, from mobile device, from full stop, from online search, from icons. Then this is the one I want to use, from clipboard. Remember, I copied the image from the internet. Now if I click on from clipboard, it's going to change this one automatically. So click from clipboard. Now you see that this image has now entered here. All I have to now click here and fill. Now I'm going to finish this. That's how you can change the image, change images inside your book when you have a template. That's why I advise you to make a template the way I showed you to do it, because like this it is now easier for you to change the images inside your book. Now for the rest of the things, I'm going to show it in my Telegram group where I host the course. And for those who are in the course, you're going to get all of them. Those are not in the course, you start thinking about buying the course, or if you don't want, you can still use this one. Just watch this video and apply what I've taught and you'll be fine. So with that said, have a nice time, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and then you hit the notification bell so that when I post another video you can get notified immediately. So that is it. Now in the next video I may teach you how to do the map which I promised inside this video. So stay tuned.